No, men are weird. Stop talking to women you don't know.
This woman's advice is absolutely horseshit. And the reason why is because every woman that I have ever been with, and every woman that you have ever met, was initially a stranger. What happened prior to in this video was a man went up to her, complimented her, but made her feel uncomfortable in some way. So when she got back to her car and made this video, she was expressing fully what she was feeling, but not concisely what was happening. If you go up to a woman and compliment her with a desired outcome of her reciprocating or wanting to be with you, unless for some reason she has an initial attraction to you, which for women comes from many different things, you're going to get rejected. You have to build rapport, make her feel comfortable, be non-threatening, but also not fearful of your desire and your intent. Balance is the key to all of this. Now, this is stuff that I teach my clients or anyone who wants to learn through my videos. But this woman's advice of telling you not to talk to women that you don't know will inevitably lead you to being alone forever. Now, there's nothing wrong with being alone, but if your desire is to actually meet someone, to give something to someone, to share that life you have with someone, then you're going to need to have the right skills, the right tools in your toolbox so that you can be successful. If you see a woman that you are attracted to, and you make eye contact with her, and she looks back and checks you out, don't be afraid to go up to her, ask her for her name, and start asking genuine questions about her and have a nice, natural flowing conversation. Don't be afraid to crack a joke. Don't be afraid of rejection. And your chances of success while you're in a relaxed but ready state will be a lot higher.
I'd rather a 10.
Yeah.
And you don't understand. Well, I'm a 10. I go to school, I go to work, and I have a great personality, and
It lowers your value. How about that? It lowers your value. If shame is one of the first responses you want to use when somebody says something that bothers you, it lowers your value. If insults, that's how you respond when somebody says something that lowers your value. When somebody says something that bothers you, it lowers your value. If guilt, that's how you respond when somebody says or does something that bothers you, that lowers your value. And if you need to be right above all else at all times when dealing with other people, with men in particular, it lowers your value.
No, 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 no.
But then something happened to your own relationship and you got a bitter taste of the new reality. Maybe your kids were taken away, your bank accounts destroyed by lawyers and greedy exes. And when you finally recovered from all that, you realized that the world you thought you lived in was now cold and barren. Your women no longer value or respect you because big government has replaced you. Instead of being the hero, somehow you're now the villain. Marriage is poison to you, and you see absolutely no benefit from it. You're angry, and rightly so. But understanding the reality has resulted in several distinct philosophies. Now, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but there seems to be a segment of the Mgtow population that has become completely anti-female, who view all women.
I'm looking for someone to take care of me. I don't care. I've been working since I was 16. Hell no. I don't. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, I've been working since I was about that age as well.
You need to understand that women bring life. Y'all don't. So I need a man to be like,
how y'all get that life, man?
Like, what do you mean?
How you get that life?
We create.
What do you mean?
How do you get that life?
Go in the hospital and get a sperm donor. You don't need a man.
You still need a man.
You still need a man.
See, that's that mentality right there. I don't need a man. You heard her. You heard her. I don't need a man. Like,
you need a physical woman to bear a child for you.
And y'all need
y'all need a physical sperm.
Where does it come from?
That's for right now.
Give it to from a man.
But a hospital, I can look for a book and find a man.
And I can find a womb to hold it in.
And find a what?
Surrogates.
And you need a physical man to give you sperm.
You need a physical man.
No, you.
What
Bro,
You need a physical.
Listen.
Yes.
You don't.
I mean,
Listen. If a physical man didn't go to that hospital, it would not be there. So you need a physical man, bro.
That's
Like-
great, but you guys need a physical woman to have a child.
Listen, women-
You don't need a physical man to live with, to have a child with.
Where you getting the sperm
don't.
from?
Women-
The
Cow?
hospital, bro.
Women
Where's
are
they getting it from?
carriers
Listen.
of children, okay?
Listen, you guys don't carry kids for 9 months. We do.
I carried them my whole life. What the hell? Kids is here the whole life.
God,
You don't got kids in you right now. No. Wait. Actually, I do got kids. They right here. They right here.
No,
They right here. I got millions of them.
Girls are
I got
swallowing
millions of
that.
them.
Wait, you got
You got kids? Wait, you got kids?
okay.
Wait, you got kids? I'm not talking about your dogs. I'm not talking about your dogs.
No,
You got kids?
no.
You got kids in your body?
No.
My point is
I have
exactly.
an
You don't
egg.
have
I
kids.
have
You
eggs.
carry a kid.
But you need a
carry
physical
a kid.
woman to
That's
have
somebody
a
puts in you.
child, bro.
That's somebody
That's
putting
why
you.
gay men get a surrogate.
No, you
they
don't
get
carry
physical
a kid.
women.
Let's be
Yo, I'm
medically
Stop.
correct. You carry an embryo. The embryo is then stimulated by the sperm. You can't be
Preach.
stimulated. You can't have a baby without sperm.
That's
I'm not
the issue,
saying
bro.
that.
That's
I'm
the
not
issue,
saying
bro.
that. I'm not saying that.
Women like you always try to eliminate men, and that's where the issue is.
Who said
You just
that?
said you don't need a man.
You
Yeah.
don't.
We can't.
We
Huh?
want. You don't. We want.
Yo, why everybody laughing? You thought that maker was it. Fuck you talking about. You Nestle Crunch Bar. Fuck you talking about. Nah, that's it. That's it for you. You're getting a 2. You're getting a 2. Nah, it's not that. See, now it's not that deep. It's not that deep now because it's y'all.
No, but nobody was violating.
Nobody was violating. Just walking up to me. See, now it's jokes now. Now it's...
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States.
Hey, young man, stop. Don't scroll. Just listen. Don't be too hard on yourself. Yes, I know. You may feel like you didn't get everything you needed to get done today. You may feel like this may not have been your most productive day. Maybe you felt like you wasn't as focused as you needed to be today to get certain things done. Listen, I totally understand how you feel. But I want to let you know it's okay. Guess what? Another day is coming, okay? Tomorrow is coming. Thank God for that. But focus on what you did do today. You know what? I was having a really bad day one time, and I was just thinking about how I was unproductive and I didn't get all the things I wanted to get done. And I was just moping and feeling bad. So I took out a journal though, and some reason I just decided to write down all the things I did get done today, the good things that I did that day, and the bad things that I did. And overall, I did more good and I felt better. Try that.
As a man, being the best version of yourself for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Because once you get that, then the game is easy.
And to me, I kid you not. For some reason, I don't know what we have to do to get that in young men's minds.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, boys. Another illogical idea.
6 different men. So I'm just gonna tell y'all why it is better to do it this way.
It's better to keep your legs closed. Stop weaving and sandling. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson.
If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17%.
You belong to the intergalactic highways.
Which is $340
She busted open just like her mask. Someone call CPS. $2,000 isn't enough to raise 6 kids.
So why don't
make it make sense?
Don't take this woman's advice.
If he touches you on the first date, he's not that into you. A guy who's 100% into you will be slightly scared of you on the first date. You can see the fear in his eyes. He wouldn't want to mess that up by touching you in any way. No kissing, no touching, not even on the arm. None of my boyfriends ever tried to touch me on the first date, but a lot of guys who ghosted me tried to.
If a man is 100% into you, and he's strong and masculine in his core, he will touch you. He will go for the first kiss. This woman is expressing her frustrations with being ghosted and translating that between when a man touches you versus when a man is fearful of you. If a man is fearful of you on a date, of course he's 100% into you because he's afraid of losing you. But a man can also be 100% into you and not be afraid of losing you, because he's certain in himself, his ability to be successful, that whether or not you accept him or reject him, he is not seeking your validation, but rather knowing that his happiness is already secured in his emotional center, and his successes are more so about an inevitability. They are a matter of time, not a matter of possibility. Women like when men take the lead. Gentlemen, if you recognize the signs of her showing interest, go for the kiss. Don't hesitate. Be certain in your decision. If for some reason she rejects you, it's okay. Be confident in yourself. Relax. Know that this can happen. And be okay with moving on. Don't apologize for being who you are. Women are not attracted to fearful men. So men, if you're following this woman's advice, you will be unsuccessful. If you want a woman that's going to want you, desire you, want to have sex with you, you need to be able to be free of the outcome, but also express your desire and your intent, fearless of rejection. Talking to women involves having a low, smooth tone and then bringing it around to bring up the speed and the pace and the fluctuations in how you talk is absolute bullshit. I've seen the videos on how to sound more interesting when you're talking to women. If you're manufacturing this, it will show. Women are very in touch with their intuition, which comes from their experiences through visualization of body language, auditory, sensory information that comes in, and they can interpret that and tell that you're faking it. Just like what I did there, I was exaggerating, but it still wasn't natural. When you're talking to a woman, instead of trying to deepen your voice or slow down your pace, focus on being relaxed. It's easier to just not care about the outcome. What happens is your overall body language, your tone of voice, your pacing will come off more natural because you're not so focused on one aspect. If I'm focused on my voice, it means my body position is going to be all contorted or stressed, tightened. I'll even forget to breathe. One of the things I do, if I ever feel nervous in any situation, is just focus and breathe, like this. Try it. It helps calm you down and put you into a nice relaxed state where you're not focused on the outcome. You don't have to worry about being interesting. Just be interesting enough to yourself.
How you doing, man? I'm good. I'm good. Glad to be here. Yeah. Nice to be here today. What about yourself? Good, man. I took R95 over here. Okay. And I'm driving down, and I see a Big Shirley. Tell me about it. What happened? Nah, man, but I'm serious. It's crazy. I think, what is it, 80% of the women overweight in this country? Right. And it's lack of discipline. Right. Because that's all it is. That's all it is. Go to the gym, stay on your purpose. What I try and get them to do is, you can't make black men's problem your problem. That's right. You effed up your relationship. You effed up your family. French toast. You effed up your family, and then they wanna cry and get black men to fix it. No, you do it. Do the work. Get the therapy. They're saying Corona is the #1 killer right now, but really, it's diabetes. Oh yeah. People ain't eating right. Yeah. You want to get yourself right, you got to get in the gym. You got to stay dedicated. What are you always saying? Feminine, fit, inspirational. The biggest problem that I'm seeing with black women in our community is the accountability. Yeah. There's hardly next to nothing. I mean, they blame the men for everything. The divorce rate, which is 80% them. Child rates, 80% them. 80%. Everything else. And so, high value question that I ask a woman: Are you feminine, submissive? Submissive. Are you easy to get along with? Get on my program? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't need a woman gonna give me rah-rah. That's right. Yeah, because that's masculine energy. They dealing in their masculine. I tell them pull their dick out. Put your dick up. Put your dick up. Put your dick up. Nah, but and I'm making a joke at it, because it's funny, because it's one-way aggression. Right. I promise you. Tell them again. And then it's all these homosexual allegations. And you know when they do that, they can't handle the truth. Yeah. That's because the truth too much for them. They run to the gay community. Right. In fact, where is the gay community when they're throwing attacks at me? When they attacking me, I don't see the LGBT flags flying. Nope. I don't see the gay rights protesters outside of my door. The feminist movement, all those purities, they got nothing to say when it's little old Kevin Samuels. But let a gay guy get attacked right now on social media. See if they don't cancel culture. I bet you there'll be an uproar. Yeah. I bet you we see it in the first hour of the news. Cancel culture. So where's the hell for Kevin Samuels? Yeah. Right. Right.
Naturally goes. I don't force it.
Okay, really? How tall?
How tall do I like them?
Yeah.
6 feet and up.
How much money a year?
7 figures, 6 figures.
Okay.
So $1 million bare minimum?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Heartbreaking. I do my videos, I do my speeches, I create this, we do that, we do everything so that you guys can be successful. You take the information, you go to the dumpster, you throw it all in the trash, you go back to your same ways.
Single mom is not an easy job, and it comes with a lot of problems. So that means you're signing up to voluntarily take on those problems and make them your problems.
So we can't have preferences, but she can. She can go through a 3 or 4 phase from her party years, lie, sell men dreams, have multiple kids, and it's a title to a 6-figure guy, a high-value guy. And the high-value guy has to settle for that, and if he doesn't, he's shamed.
Well, according to the Mgtows, you Western men have been sold a lie. You were raised to believe a Disney fantasy. Work hard, be a good man, treat your wife well, have children, retire in your golden age and enjoy what you've earned. That's the way it should have been. It's what your parents and society told you it would be if you were just a good husband and provider. But as you got older, you saw the glitches in the matrix. You became aware that something was rotten in Denmark and every other Western culture, where women seem to be going way beyond the desire for equality, which is a just and noble goal. But the women in your culture became loud, vulgar, aggressive, physically unattractive, and you notice it from the sidelines of your life, comfortable in the belief that it didn't really affect you because
How to get a response from a girl who's ghosting you. I'm about to share with you one of the most lethal weapons you can have in your toolbox when it comes to reviving a ghost. Use it with caution. And I say that because it works every time. And just because you get a girl who's been ghosting you to respond doesn't suddenly make her worth your time and effort. However, it does give you an opportunity to finally get some closure on what went wrong. The question goes like this: have you given up on responding? Guys, no woman can resist answering this question because no woman wants to be known as someone who gives up.
This advice is absolute horseshit. If someone is ghosting you, have some fucking respect for yourself and let them go. If you're a man expressing your masculine, you do not need closure. As much anxiety that can come from that insecurity, seeking validation, you can feel that, but the actions you take cannot give in to it. If you're texting her, "Have you given up on us?" you're chasing. You don't value yourself, and you're putting her on a pedestal. If someone ghosts me, that means that they didn't see what I know to be true in myself, and it is their loss. Don't take this woman's advice in this particular case about how to get someone's attention after they have ghosted you. Value yourself. Be fine with the rejection. Walk away and find the people that want to be around you, the people that see the truth and the value in you. And if you aren't a valuable person, if you are lacking in that certainty in yourself, you're going to need to develop the skills to build that emotional strength. And that goes for both men and women, because you need to value yourself first and foremost, before you can even give anything to a partner. This woman is giving advice to men from the perspective of a woman, which is seeking closure, seeking certainty. Men, you do not need certainty. The only certainty that you need is in yourself. Don't accept a maybe date. If you ask a woman out on a date and she says maybe, you're going to just tell her, that's perfectly fine. I have a busy schedule, so when you know of a date that you're available, let me know and we'll go out and have a great time. Something along the lines of that. But you will never accept anything other yes or no, because those allow you to know what you're doing with your life regarding this person. If I ask a woman out on a date, hey, let's grab drinks this Thursday night at 8, and she says, no, I won't be able to, or no, I'm not interested, I know not to pursue any further. If she says maybe, it means that I'm just a backup option, that she's going to take any other option that she deems to be better than going out with me. And of course, if she says yes, well, that goes without saying. You need to live your life purposefully and value your time as well as respect yourself. If you allow people to walk in and out of your life as they please, bending over to whatever they desire, you're going to have a very unhappy life, because when they finally walk away, you're going to be left with nothing, and they will have taken so much more from you. Most importantly, your dignity. You want to value yourself, so when you ask someone out, and this also goes for friends, when you ask them to hang out, if they give you a maybe, don't accept it. If someone has an emergency situation, if something comes up and a cancellation occurs, that's understandable, but leave it up to them to reschedule. You as a person shouldn't have to keep chasing them. You've put out your desire, your interest, whether it was platonic or romantic, and you are going in that direction without fear of rejection. If they give you anything other than a yes or a no, it is a no.
Why girls are not your friends. You don't actually have girlfriends. Think they're your friends, but they're not your friends. I'll tell you why. They wouldn't do the things for you that you would do for them. You're a friend to a girl, but she's not a friend to you. You might go and drive her places and buy her things and spend hours on the phone listening to her life, but will she do the same for you? Chances are she won't. She's just using you for validation and to make herself feel good because you are admiring her. You're just an orbiter. You're just a simp. If you have girls that are friends like that, you don't actually have girls that are friends, so dump them.
I care a lot about this girl, but have these trust issues of trust weighing on my mind heavily. You care more about this girl than she cares about you or your relationship. Man, this relationship is not reciprocal. Yeah, you care more about her than she cares about herself, sounds like. Yeah. Hey, look here, man. Walk away. There you go.
When it comes to dating, this concept needs to be understood. And it is the concept that women look laterally and men look vertically. What am I trying to say? When women are looking for someone to mate with, they are looking laterally to see which building is the biggest, and that is where she wants to go. However, men on the other hand are looking to build their building the biggest so that they can draw women to them. When you understand this concept, you understand that to be a man is to be earned. No guy is born good with women. You have to learn it. Women don't need to build their building the biggest because they naturally offer value as they are. Once you understand this concept, you realize that your success with women is not set in stone and is completely in your hands.
It is not over. Carnell Alexander still owes more than $30,000 to the state for a child that's not his, because the mom wrote his name down because she needed to name someone in order to get welfare benefits.
And I had to put him down as the father. That was the only way I can get the sister.
Now,
I'm almost homeless. I'm almost in jail. I'm out of work. My money is being threatened to be taken.
Carnell.
If you guys are not having sex with a woman at all, not even on a weekly basis, get on Nofap, okay? The main thing Nofap is going to do is just force you to go out and find a way to get that release.
Don't do this. Instead, you're better off relieving yourself throughout the week and regularly. But you have to be able to go out and talk to women. If you're using this technique in order to push that sexual energy towards going out and talking to women, you won't be free of an outcome. You will have an expectation attached to your desire, your intent. And when you don't achieve that, it will cascade your emotions into a more insecure state. The key is to be relaxed but ready when you're talking to women. One of the best ways to relax is to release. So if you are masturbating before you go out, when you talk to women, you'll be free of the outcome. You'll be able to be comfortable and set the tone. They will feel that masculinity, that strength, that comfort, and naturally be more attracted to you. Whether or not you're going to make a move or pursue this any further is entirely up to you. But if you want to actually have more sex, you need to be in a relaxed state of mind and be able to be fun, interesting, and attractive to women. A man who has a lot of sexual pent-up energy, who does not have that sense of release in his life, will come across as more desperate when he's talking to a woman. And the last thing you want to do is be desperate.
So, as y'all can see, it's pretty dark. It's raining. It's muggy. It's 5 o'clock in the morning over here in the Bronx, New York. And I'm on my way to the gym. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys is you're always going to run into people who are more talented, who might look better, who might have more money, who might have more connections. But you should never, ever get outworked. Ever. That's the only thing that's in your control. You got to outwork everybody. Everybody. You got to get up earlier than the next man. You got to grind longer than the next man. You got to read more than the next man. You got to do more than the next man. You got to fail more than the next man. Grind. Wake up. Let's go. Grind harder. Work harder. None of you motherfuckers will ever outwork me. None.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Young Simba Rappers here, back with another edition of 27 Things I Learned on my way to turning 27. So what's today's lesson? This lesson is directed to my fellas. Women are a great motivator, but they cannot be your only motivation. What Dr. Umar said.
I keep telling you, consciousness over coochie, politics over punani.
You have to learn how to do things for yourself. I remember when I first lost weight, you know, getting a little attention, gained the weight, a little bit of the weight back. I was still getting attention, so the weight wasn't really a big thing for me. But in the grand scheme of things, the weight will affect my future life. So my current life and future life. So when women weren't the motivator, I realized that I didn't have enough motivation. So obviously that goes into discipline, things like that. But women can be a great motivator, but they cannot be your only motivation. You have to learn how to do it for yourself. Once you're able to master that for yourself, your whole life will change. I'm still learning that today. So to my young fellas, you're not alone.
Serious question. Would you let a guy take you to a chain restaurant, like to Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Applebee's on the first date? Because I wouldn't. Like, I will just never reply back to you because what? Why would you take me there?